Live from the tank at the College of Staten Island, New York, CSI Sportsnet is proud to welcome you back to coverage of College of Staten Island basketball and the CUNY Athletic Conference. Tonight, the CSI versus Brooklyn doubleheader continues with men's basketball. The 8-7 College of Staten Island Dolphins, 6-1 in the CUNY Conference, and tied atop the conference standings take on the Bulldogs of Brooklyn College, who come in winners of 3 out of their last 5. Good evening, everybody. I'm David Pizzuto alongside Mike Babuski. We got treated to a good one on the women's side, Brooklyn prevailing by 5 points. And Mike, just as hot as the women have been as of late, so have the CSI men. They're winners of 4 in a row, a season-long streak for them. They're tied once again atop of the CUNY Athletic Conference standings on the first-year head coach TJ Tibbs. Things seem to be moving in the positive direction.
Yeah, you know, Dave, you got to really be impressed with the way this men's basketball team has been playing under first-year head coach TJ Tibbs. You look at this team and you're wondering, where is that superstar player? Where's the big man? Where is the size? Yet all this Dolphin team seems to do, especially in conference play, throughout this year, has been able to go out and win. They've played a very tough non-conference schedule, and they've struggled a little bit in some of those games against very good teams, but they've now won 4 in a row, Dave, and they've edged their record up above 500 at 8-7, are playing extremely well and are getting some very good play out of a lot of different players.
Yeah, and mainly out of a couple of new faces. Christian Taylor was a freshman on last year's team, but his role has blossomed here in year 2. He continues to lead the CSI Dolphins in scoring. And then, Mike, you have a first-year sophomore in Adeola Latunji, who has just been going off as of late. He's really taken the conference by storm. The CUNY Player of the Week for this past week. And, Mike, he matched a career-high 27 points against Kane just a couple of days ago on Monday. A game, Mike, where the Dolphins were without one of their seniors in Eden Bracic, who's back in the lineup tonight. But Adeola has really taken control.
Yeah, Adeola has really been playing phenomenal basketball, really since stepping out on the floor in his first few games. And, you know, you could see in those games that he had some open looks that he wasn't able to convert on. But now, not only has he been absolutely explosive to the basket, probably has put up more dunks already, Dave, that I can remember any Dolphin player ever putting up in a season, and we're only about halfway through. But now he's been able to step out and hit those outside shots as well. And, you know, the last couple of games, he's been well over 20 points. He's playing extremely well, and as is the rest of this Dolphin team. And you mentioned Christian Taylor, Dave, and a couple of weekends ago, he seemed to assert himself offensively, and really since that time, he's never looked back, and he's also playing the best basketball of his CSI Dolphin career.
Yeah, and both of those players, Latunji and Taylor, also lead the team in rebounding as well, Mike. Dolphins are getting a lot of helping support, guys like Rob Rossiter, Eden Bracic, who we mentioned, and Ray Savage, Mike, ever since he really cracked into the starting lineup, has really been a force for the Dolphins. He took over the lead in 3-pointers made this season. He's really given the Dolphins, at first it was help off the bench, but now that he's matriculated into the starting role, has really come on and given the Dolphins some legitimate support.
Yeah, you know, Dave, he's a player that shoots 90% from the free throw line. He really has done a nice job running the offense. He's able to get in and rebound. He's averaging 2.5 rebounds a game, and really has given a lot to the Dolphins. And you look at this Dolphin team, Dave, and it's such a mix of veterans and young players. And, you know, again, a lot of credit to head coach TJ Tibbs. His first season replacing longtime CSI men's basketball coach Tony Petosa, and this team really hasn't missed a beat. 6-1 in conference play, 8-7 overall, and, you know, as we mentioned already, some very tough non-conference opponents here early in the season that has really steeled this team for their CUNYAC conference run.
And finally, Mike, you know, the Dolphins have done so much good things offensively, but really, over this 4-game winning streak, it's really been their defense that has really taken over and has played well. You look at some of their losses this season, the Dolphins have given up in the mid-80s. They gave up 95, 107, 93 to Salisbury. But over their last 4 games, 62, 63, 76, 77 points allowed. That's where you want to be if you're the Dolphins.
Yeah, you know, it really is. And, you know, just like the women's team, you always hear head coach TJ Tibbs defense. Everything comes from our defense. And, that's the way this Dolphin team plays. And, for a team that doesn't have a tremendous amount of size, they've been doing a really good job on the defensive end here so far this year, Dave.
Absolutely. And Mike, before we kick it over to a break and get things started with tip-off, we are about 7:45, we're looking like, for tip-off with the ending of the women's game. Let's talk a little bit about the Dolphins' opponents, Mike. No one started worse than Brooklyn this year. They started out 0-10, and it looked like it was going to be a really rough year for the Bulldogs. But they got situated into conference play. They've figured out who their leaders are. They don't have a lot of big scorers on this team, but they've won 3 out of their last 5 games, in fact 3 in a row before a recent 2-game slide. But they're playing a lot better. And if you talk to anybody on this Brooklyn's coaching staff of the players, they'll tell you that they're just starting to get their legs now under them, and they're looking to really give the Dolphins a good run here on their home court.
Yeah, Dave, this is a team that is well coached by head coach Rick McAuliffe. He's a veteran in the CUNYAC Conference. And, sometimes when you turn over your roster a little bit, and there has been some significant turnover on this Brooklyn College roster, it takes a little bit of time to get things going. But, they've been playing better basketball. They have Alpha Ba, the freshman that's won a couple of CUNYAC Rookies of the Week, and hope he enjoyed them because Adiola is going to be collecting them for the rest of the year. But, a good team, a well-coached team, and, we expect a really good basketball game here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brooklyn, too, they've been kind of adjusting their roster. They've been adjusting their starting lineup from game to game. So they, too, are still just getting settled into this season. And the one thing that Coach McAuliffe and this team knows is that at the end of the year, it's, of course, you just got to make it in there. What we'll do, Mike, is we'll take a look at the conference standings if we can before we throw it over to break, because it'll be our final one before we come back and give you the starters. But you'll see that the top 6 teams make the playoffs, and you'll see where Brooklyn is situated. They're right up top in a tie with York, but they did lose head-to-head against the Cardinals. But they're a game ahead of John Jay and Medgar Evers. So a little bit of a muddled waters down there, down low, but you could see CSI in a tie for first place, actually second, because they did lose that head-to-head matchup with Lehman earlier in the year, their only CUNY loss. But again, Brooklyn right now would have that number 6 seed, so this game could go a long way in determining playoff positioning down the road.
Yeah, and if the Dolphins were able to come away with a win in this game, that would really, put a lot of pressure on Brooklyn, as they would suffer their 5th loss within the conference. And Hunter College with 2 losses, and the Dolphins played extremely well against them over the weekend here. Lehman sitting on top of the table as they're 6-1. The Dolphins 1 loss of the season coming against Lehman College. So, when you get into mid-January, Dave, all these CUNYAC games become swing games in the conference. And for the Dolphins, a couple of home games coming up against Brooklyn and John Jay here over the next few days. That'll go a long way into determining where the Dolphins sit in that table as we head down the stretch.
So the Dolphins 6-1 in the CUNY, but they're only 1-1 against the CUNY at home. This is only their 3rd home game against CUNY competition. Mike, what we will do is we will step aside, a couple of minutes break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups, Mike's keys to the game, and opening tip right here live from the tank at the College of Staten Island. It's CSI versus Brooklyn coming up next on CSI Sportsnet. Stay with us.
I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
This is why you took a second job. Why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. Why you do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
There's something delicious happening this season at Tim Hortons, and it's only 99 cents. Get a rich, decadent hot chocolate or creamy French vanilla for the sweet price of 99 cents. Great quality at a great value. It's all good at Tim Hortons.
Welcome back here to the Tank, live from the College of Staten Island. It's the CSI Dolphins taking on Brooklyn College. Game 2 of our CSI versus BK doubleheader. On the men's side here, the Dolphins coming in 8-7, 6-1, 3-12, 3-4 overall for Brooklyn. But Brooklyn College 3 wins in their last 5 games, looking to pull the upset here on familiar grounds here on the road in Staten Island. Mike, they're introducing the starting lineups now. Why don't we take a look at the starting lineups as well?
Thanks a lot, Dave. First for the visiting Bulldogs, number 1, Ben Batash. Number 3, Michael Tesserio. Number 4, Maynard Grant IV. Number 5, Niv Cafino. And number 14, Alpha Bob. For the College of Staten Island, it'll be number 2, Adiola Latunji. Number 3, Eden Bracic, back in the starting lineup here today. Number 23, Christian Taylor. Number 30, Ray Savage. And number 31, Robert Rossiter.
Yeah, and you see the starters on your screen. That is Ray Savage and not Stephen Flagg. But no doubt about it, Savage has been great in the starting lineup for the Dolphins. That's the one who we mentioned during the pregame, his ability to shoot the 3. He's done some wonders there. But the Dolphins, they too, looking for a season-long 5-game win streak. This is the longest winning streak of head coach T.J. Tibbs' career. He spent half a season with Mount St. Vincent, and of course before coming to the Dolphins here. Mike, the Dolphins have been playing good basketball. In order to keep that up, they'll need a victory here against Brooklyn. What are your keys to this one?
Well, for the Dolphins to continue their strong play in the CUNYAC Conference, they want to stay hot offensively, Dave. We often talk about the number being 75 for the Dolphins, the key score that makes a difference whether they win or lose. Well, the last 3 games, Dave, they've scored 94, 89, and 89, and they've continued to stay hot offensively. A strong play out of Adiola Latunji. Adiola coming off of an 11 of 14 shooting performance and 27 points against Kane University on Martin Luther King Day. And, the issue that this Dolphin men's team has struggled with some at times, rebound the basketball. And if they could do those 3 things here this afternoon, they should be able to continue on their CUNYAC winning streak and advance to 5 in a row.
And Mike mentioned the number 75. When CSI scores more than 75 during regulation this year, 8-0. Under 75 or under, 0-7. So that's a pretty big number right there that Mike mentioned. CSI will have the opening tip, and they'll work it around as Latunji baseline off the glass and in.
Yes, so Latunji gets off to another strong start. Great feed by Rossiter for the Dolphins.
So Dolphins up 2-0 here in the early stages. Brooklyn will control, give and go. Batash gets it back. He drives the lane, puts up a baby jumper. Offensive rebound for Brooklyn. And looks like getting to the line will be Alpha Ba, who Mike mentioned is the dynamic freshman for Brooklyn College.
So Ba will go to the free throw line, a 64% free throw shooter. 30 seconds for the first personal of the game to be called.
Ba this season averaging 7.9 points per game. He's 64% shooter from the line, makes number 1, and now both teams are officially on the scoreboard. 2-1 here, as you can see, modified scoreboard on your screen here. Dolphins up by a digit. Second of 2 is good for Brooklyn, and we are at 2-2. So Savage controls here, right side. Give over to Rossiter, thought about a 3, opts out, looks Latunji baseline, but Latunji was not expecting it, and CSI with their first turnover here, 46 seconds in, a 2-2 score. Brooklyn controls now in front of the CSI bench. Grant controls. He wants to backpedal, now works against Latunji. Drops off quickly to Confino. He gains the paint, but gives up to Batash for three. No good. Rossiter gets the rebound. Here comes CSI the other way. Cross-court pass. Latunji for an open jumper. No good. Long rebound collected by the Bulldogs. Tesorio, he puts up a three, and that one is good. And the Bulldogs are up 5-2.
So the Dolphins get the first basket. Nice job by Brooklyn to open up their first lead of the game.
Savage controls now. This is Bracic. Bracic for three, no good. Bracic missed Monday's game against Kane University, was not in attendance. Here comes Brooklyn the other way. Confino inside, off the glass, high layup is good.
Yeah, and Brooklyn College now scoring the last 7 to take the early lead.
So 7-2 in the early stages. Brooklyn College up on CSI. This is Taylor with his first attempt for the game. Soft jumper is no good in the lane, and here comes Brooklyn the other way. No second chances for the Dolphins here as Confino tries to go right, denied, now goes left, gains the paint, drops off to Tessereo. I got to get that name down. Long range three put up by Grant, no good. Inside, Taylor is able to whip in.
Beautiful example of that aggressive offensive play by Taylor. He's coming off of a big game against Kane University as well.
Tesoriero is the name. But this is Confino. Confino dribbles right, drops off, and baseline drive. Getting benefits of the foul will be Batash. Batash is the leader with 12.3 points per game for the Bulldogs.
That time Savage tried to deny the baseline and picks up the foul. 2 quick team fouls for the Dolphins here in the first half.
Tesoriero will be the one to inbound. Looks up high and then finds Batash, who resets things. 20 on the shot clock. Batash now puts up a short jumper. No good. Long rebound. Extending is Latunji to get it. Taylor controls. Right side drops off to Bracic. Down low, Rossiter. Cross court, Savage. Yet to take his first shot. Taylor in the lane, fronts to the basket, and gets the layup to go. 7-6 is our score.
Nice play by Taylor, backing in the bigger bar to the basket. He's got 4.
And this is Grant now. Grant driving right side, drops off. Out of bounds, though. Taylor was the last to touch. Pass was intended for Ba. Confino will be the one to inbound here. 21 on the shot clock. The give is inside to Ba, and Ba took too many steps on the way in. So for Brooklyn, that's their first turnover here of the half. 3 and change in. We got 16:40 to go.
Good defensive start for Rossiter, Dave. A couple of rebounds and a nice play on that one to force the travel.
CSI now collects. This is Bracic working across to Savage. Rossiter, always a three-point threat, gives off to Bracic. Cross-court pass, Savage for 3. Missed it too hard, and here comes Batash the other way. Batash drops off to Confino, thought about a 3. Now backpedals out and gives off to Batash. Tesoriero to Grant. Grant works on Latunji, drops back off to Tesoriero. He's the leader in assists and steals for this team. Drives in, drops off to Confino. Behind the back dribble, gains the lane, short baby hook, it's in. And the foul.
Yeah, that time a nice job driving the ball into the basket by Confino. He's got his second basket of the game and an opportunity now to complete the three-point play.
So Confino at the line, 79%. Dolphins get their first substitution in the game. It's Stephen Flagg. He will come in to replace Savage.
Flagg providing a nice offensive spark off the bench, especially in the game against Medgar Evers, Dave. He played very well in that second half.
Sure did. For Flagg, he's averaging 7.5 points in 22 minutes per. The Bulldogs are up by 4. They've had as many as a 5-point lead, 7-2 in the early stages. Latunji Up top to Rossiter, thought about a three, gives over to Bracic. He thought about a three. Inside give to Latunji, and he extends over the rim and in.
Yeah, it's amazing what he gives you on the inside. He's already got 4 for the Dolphins.
So 10-8 is our score. Brooklyn now works it inside. This is Batash putting one up, but gets enough body to draw the foul, so he will go to the line. As Brooklyn's been there often now. They are 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Sorry, Dave. 14 fouls for the Dolphins in 4.5 minutes of play. The Bulldogs yet to pick up their first foul.
And so Batash, as we mentioned, Brooklyn's leading scorer. He is just under 70% from the line this season, 32 of 46. And that one's good.
And that second foul against Rossiter, Dave, will force him to the bench early in this first half.
Ba has come back in for Brooklyn, and Jade Spencer will replace Rossiter. Batash gets a long look, puts up the second free throw, nothing but net. And Brooklyn back up by 4, 12-8.
Brooklyn now 5 of 5 from the free throw line here early in the first half.
Batash with his first 2 points of the game. This is Taylor now controlling. Left-handed dribble, gives over to Flagg. Baseline Latunji, back up top. This is Flagg gaining the paint, and he gets blocked out of bounds by Ba.
Nice defensive play that time by Ba. He let Flagg come to him and got all ball. Dolphins to inbound.
Team leading 10th block of the season for Ba. Latunji gives over to Taylor. Thought about a three, loses it for a moment, gets it back, off the glass, in, and the foul.
Yeah, and you know, in that game against Kane University, Dave, Latunji and Taylor scored 51 of the Dolphin points. They've scored all 10 of the Dolphin points here so far in this first half.
And for Taylor, that is points 5 and 6. Looking to make it 7 here via the free throw line for the first time. Taylor, 61% from the line. There's one weakness to his game here in the early stages. This has been it. And that one rattles in and out. So Taylor, who's shooting 57% from the floor, misses the free throw. Dolphins down by a bucket. This is Confino wearing the mask to protect his face. Drops over to Grant. Grant, right-handed dribble, and he was looking, but that one was intended for Confino, not on the same page. Backcourt violation, and it will be CSI with possession. Stephen Flagg will do the honors. 5 minutes and 11 seconds into the first half. Dolphins down by 2. This is Taylor. Looked left, now goes right. Gets it back. Gets into the lane. Short jumper in the paint is good.
Christian Taylor now 4 of 5 from the field. He has 8, and the Dolphins have come back to tie this game up at 12. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout here taken by Brooklyn College as the Dolphins found themselves down in this game by a score of 7-2 and have been able to go on a 10-5 run of their own to tie this game up at 12 for the Dolphins. All 12 points by Christian Taylor and Adeola Latunji, Davis. They continue to be the focus of the Dolphins' offensive attack here tonight.
Yeah, and Taylor has been awfully selective with his shots too, Mike. He will pass up on some open looks in order to get the ball to his teammates, but here in the early stages, he's been able to put up 5 shots, make 4 of them, and that just speaks to the kind of shooter that he has been for the Dolphins. Everybody else on the team 2 for 6 here in the early stages, but the Dolphins shooting the ball well. They just missed 2 3-pointers. So Brooklyn has control here, working on some clock issues with your scoreboard. We'll hope to get that on soon for you. This is Confino. Confino going left. He's blocked by Latunji. Brooklyn will continue to have possession.
For Adeola, that's his 8th block of the year, so it'll be Bulldog basketball with 18 to shoot.
Latunji officially listed at 6'3", but Mike, when he gets vertical, he's well above 7. So here's Confino. Good dribble by Confino, but he gets his pocket picked by Latunji. Showtime for Adeola.
So first a block, then a steal for Latunji. He now has 6, and the Dolphins retake the lead 14-12.
So the Dolphins' first lead since the early stages. It's modest, 2 points. 14-12 is our score. Confino dribbling in. This is Grant for three, and he pops it in.
Nice job by Brooklyn staying patient. The Dolphins putting pressure on the ball. They have an opportunity for the open three, and they hit it.
And for Grant, that is his 15th three of the season, third on the team in that category. This is Taylor now, whipping in, drops off to Flagg for three, no good. Adiola extending for the rebound, his layup is good.
Yeah, so Latunji going up big, grabbing his second rebound of the game, putting it back up and in. 8 apiece now for Latunji and Taylor.
Tesoriero, for crying out loud. Puts up the three, no good. And Taylor whips inside.
Dolphins now 9 of 15 from the field. Taylor 5 of 6. Latunji 4 of 5. That's 9 of 11. All 18 Dolphin points.
Tesoriero controls. Gives over. Up top, Batash. He's been held to 2 points. Batash thought about a short jumper, looks inside, can't find anybody, opts out to Grant. Grant driving baseline, spinning inside, gets the layup.
So Grant doing a nice job keeping Brooklyn right there. He scored the last 5 points for the Bulldogs.
18-17, CSI with the lead. Taylor barking out signals. Gives over to Latunji. Driving in, pulls up for a short jumper, no good. Battle for the rebound, almost losing it was Grant. Was able to get it back. Drops off to Batash. Batash driving left side to Soriero. No look. Pass inside. Ba couldn't collect and control in time. Here comes CSI running the other way. Taylor, coast to coast. He was interrupted by Tesoriero. It will be the Dolphins' ball. 8 minutes into the first half. Dolphins up by a digit. This is Bracic. The give to Spencer, one of his first touches. Bracic, foul line extended. That's good for 2. And the Dolphins back up by 3.
So Bracic, the first Dolphin not named Taylor or Latunji to pick up a basket. They regain a 3-point lead.
And this is Grant now controlling. Dolphins continuing to work in the zone. Latunji up top guarding. This is Grant, finds some space. Jumper was too strong. And here comes Taylor the other way. Surveys the scene, goes left to Flagg. Flagg driving into the lane. Off the glass and in.
Beautiful physical move to the basket by Stephen Flagg, his first basket, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the afternoon.
Dolphins coaching staff want to see a lot more of that from Stephen Flagg, his ability to penetrate and get inside. Confino to Soriero for 3, it's good.
Both teams coming out playing very well here in the first half, Dave. A 2-point game, 22-20.
Over the extended Taylor for that latest one. Taylor drops off to Spencer. Spencer to Flagg. Flagg once again driving off the baseline, off the glass and in.
Yeah, and that's the ability that Flagg has. He can handle the basketball for a big man. He's now Scott 4.
Oh, 24-20 CSI with the lead. Confino, he drives in. Bounce pass inside. They look to Ba. Ba losing control and collected by Latunji. And a quick foul as Latunji got called for. Got the benefits of that call, and we'll see Rigo Destime come in for the first time for the Dolphins. He will take the place of Latunji, give him a short breather.
Latunji with 2 steals now in this first half, and we're going to have a foul on the Bulldogs, Dave, on the play.
Get a chance to see that last play again. There's the pickpocket by Latunji, and then it's all Latunji from there. Great dunk for the outstanding first-year sophomore for the Dolphin. Transfer from SUNY Albany, did not play there. This is Flagg, given a lane from the baseline, drops it back to Bracic for 3, no good, off the back iron. Spencer there to clean things up, doesn't make the layup, but does get himself to the free throw line where he will shoot 2. Spencer 56% from the free throw line this season.
You know, Dave, teams need a lot of different things to be successful, and one of those is a guy that'll come in and play defense and rebound the basketball, and Jaden Spence has been doing that for the Dolphins coming off the bench here this year.
Free throw is halfway down, but no good as it spins out. Grant has come back in for Brooklyn, replacing Ba. Dolphins will go with Taylor, Desteem, Spencer, Flagg, and Brocic. Also checking back in was Noah Shy for Brooklyn, or I should say checking in for the first time. Second free throw, no good, so Spencer misses both. The Dolphins retain a 4-point lead, and Batosh controls here for Brooklyn. Batosh spins inside the paint and gets the short jumper to go. 24-22 is our score.
Yeah, that time he was able to get into the lane a little bit easy, Dave, and put up the short jumper.
Stephen Flagg now controls. Drops off to Brocic, looking inside. Taylor spins in the lane, short jumper the other way, and that one's good.
Boy, you continue to see the offensive development point-wise for Christian Taylor. Now 6 of 7.
Tremendous sophomore season developing here for Christian Taylor. Shy, blazing inside, drops off to Grant. Grant works it left side, puts up a prayer, no good. Desteem with the rebound. Touchdown pass to Flagg. Flagg off the glass and in. And Dolphins with their biggest lead here of the first half. It's 28-22 as we welcome in our scoreboard for the first time. Great job by Arthur Kapetanekis on the engineering to get that going for us. Bulldogs miss another jumper. Spencer with the rebound gives over to Desteem. Dolphins will reset the offense here. Taylor working one-on-one against Tesoriero, and that one is off his foot and out of bounds. So 8:52 remaining, and Dolphins give it back on what is only their second turnover of the half.
Yeah, Dolphins doing a good job offensively. Brooklyn with the ball down 6.
Right in front of the CSI benches, Henry O'Reilly, and O'Reilly had his back heel go out of bounds, so Brooklyn gives it right back on their 6th turnover of the half.
Yeah, Dolphins continuing to put pressure on the outside, force the turnover for the Bulldogs now. They've turned the ball over 6 times here in the first half.
So Taylor controls half-court offense in place for the Dolphins. This is Flagg whipping inside, off the glass, it's in, and the foul.
That time Flagg put his head down, Dave. He was determined to get that one up to the basket. He's now 4 of 6 from the field. He has 8 and an opportunity to make it a 3-point play as the Dolphins have opened the lead up to 8.
Dolphins, meanwhile, 0 for 3 from the line here in this first half. So Flagg looking to complete the 3-point play, make the Dolphins' first free throw of the evening. That one is off the back iron, no good. So the Dolphins' woes from the free throw line continue. They're 0 for 4 while Brooklyn is 5 for 5 from the stripe. Batosh controls, left-handed dribble. Now he drives, hands it off to Tesoriero. No look pass to Batosh. He takes a step inside. Long range 2 is good.
Yeah, big long range 2-pointer to keep Brooklyn in close. They down trail by 6.
Batosh now with 6 points, tied for the team lead in that department. Desteem back over to Flagg. He's been good on the drive tonight. Foul whistled against Shy. He doesn't like the call.
Don't blame him.
Latunji's getting set to come back in for the Dolphins, and he will enter to replace. Let's see. We're going to have a timeout called by the Dolphins. This will be a 30-second timeout, Mike, so we'll keep it right here. The Dolphins found themselves down by 5 points early, Mike, but able to turn it around and keep some distance between them and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and, you know, Dave, the Dolphins shooting 65% of the field, 15 of 23. They're 0 of 4 from the three-point line, so they're 15 of 19 when they choose not to take the three-pointer. And Christian Taylor just continues his hot shooting, Dave. He's 16 of his last 20 from the field in the last 2 games.
Yeah, you mentioned taking away the three-point play, how the Dolphins have been affected. Mike, they right now have a 28-8 lead in points in the paint. So, you know, you don't see some of those numbers until the end of a game, but here we are, you know, only 12 minutes in, and the Dolphins have 28 points in the paint. So they are certainly imposing their will there.
Yeah, and, you know, they're able to get the ball inside. Christian Taylor, very elusive inside. Adeola Latunji, we mentioned how he could jump out of the gym. And, you know, Stephen Flagg, when he gets it going offensively, Dave, he could be a handful to stop.
So both teams have used one timeout. We come back from this one. Dolphins with 15 on the shot clock here. Latunji working it around. Desteem to Taylor. Taylor looked inside, opts to Desteem. Under 10 to shoot. It's Flagg with 5. Desteem, long range 3, no good. And extending to get it was Shy, and here comes Brooklyn the other way. Looking to run, this is Shy. Shy dribbling right side, gives over to O'Reilly around the horn to Soriero, drops in, 2-point range. That one no good, in and out, and Spencer gets the rebound.
Nice rebound by Spencer.
Taylor now controls, right-handed dribble, looks left, gets it over to Destim. Around the horn they go. Latunji finds Spencer open underneath.
Beautiful. Sorry, Dave.
No, Dolphins continue to pound it underneath in the paint. Spencer that time with the go. 32-28, Dolphins match their biggest lead. Batash to Soriero. Shy opts out of a three-pointer. O'Reilly, deep three-pointer for O'Reilly, no good. And Taylor gets the rebound. Taylor now sees the white jerseys, gives over to Latunji, up top to Destim. Flag controls, cross court, Latunji for three, no good, it's short. O'Reilly gets the rebound. Latunji 0 for 13 from three-point range this season, still looking for his first three. There's a three for Batash, no good, front rimmed it. Brooklyn 3 of 9 from downtown, the Dolphins 0 for 6. 6:20 to go. Flag, turnaround jumper to Taylor. That one's good. And the Dolphins have their biggest lead. It's by 10.
Yeah, he continues to be on fire here, Dave. 7 of 8, 14 points.
Terrific line for Christian Taylor. Noah Shy now gives over to O'Reilly. Up top, Batash. Batash dribbles left, gains the paint, drops off underneath to Shy. He is blocked by Destim. And Latunji is able to control the rebound, and he will control. Gives it over to Taylor. Taylor slashing inside, finds Destim up top. Drop off to Taylor. Taylor for three, no good. Only the second field goal miss of the day for Taylor, but the Dolphins now 0 for 7 from three-point range. Tesoriero. Shy. Back to Tesoriero. Gets bumped on the way in, gives over to Shy. Shy, that shot might have been partially deflected by Spencer. And here come the Dolphins the other way.
Yeah, Spencer's made a few good defensive plays already here, Dave, since checking into the game.
Spencer credited for the block and the rebound on that last possession. And now he drives in, and he's interfered with. Take your pick. This one might go against Grant. It will. And Spencer, I believe, will go to the free. No, it'll be underneath. No shot. As we get a look at that last give from Latunji to Spencer underneath. Spencer will indeed, no, he will not go to the line. So this will be a 20-second shot clock for the Dolphins with 5:10 to go. Ray Savage has entered the game for the Dolphins, and Christian Kopech will be making his first half debut for the Dolphins as well. Flag up top to Latunji. Confino has checked back in for Brooklyn. Inside give, Kopech opts out to Flag. He drives baseline again, off the glass and in.
That was another nice play, a nice set of passes by the Dolphins, leading to another layup by Stephen Flag.
Brooklyn's defense got to get some help against Stephen Flag. He's been able to really take advantage off the drive. This is Noah Shy for three, no good. And the rebound scatters around. It's won ultimately by Latunji. Here he comes the other way. Latunji off the glass, interfered with by O'Reilly, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, and you know, the Dolphins playing very well on both ends of the floor here. That time Latunji able to drive the ball down the lane. He missed the shot, but he drew the foul.
And here was that drive, slashing drive by Flag on the baseline for the Dolphins' last basket. CSI 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Latunji will now have his shot, and he gives the Dolphins their first shot from the line.
So Latunji breaks the run of 4 Dolphin misses from the free throw line, Dave, as the Dolphins continue to open up their lead. It's now 13.
It is the largest lead. And the second one is no good. The Dolphins are on a 7-0 run, and they are up 37-24. Batash, dribbling left, has to opt out. He ultimately does get it back. Drives in, left side, and a left-handed layup is good for Batash. So Batash has 8, regains the team lead, cuts the Dolphin lead down to 11. This is Flag, gives inside to Kopech. Kopech with position on Shulman, and he gets the layup to go.
Yeah, that time Flag showed the basketball and then fed it inside. A nice pass to Kopak, his first points.
Christian Kopak has been getting extended minutes for the Dolphins. This is Batash. Gives over to Josephat, who had come in. And we have a foul on the offensive rebound. Loose ball foul will be called against Daniel Schulman.
Yeah, that time Schulman just pushed the Dolphin player out of the way. An easy call for the official. That's going to be the 8th team foul for Brooklyn College here in the first half, Dave. So that'll put Adeola Latunji on the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
So Latunji has 9 points. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The Dolphins as a team just 1 for 6 from the line and 0 for 7 from three-point range. Other than that, it's been pretty darn good here for the Dolphins shooting-wise, 63% from the field. First one will earn him a second here. 1-and-1 opportunity. Only Bracic will offer in for the Dolphins. Dolphins now 1 for 7 from the free throw line as their free throw shooting woes continue. Confino, the give to Schulman, who gives over to O'Reilly. Back to Schulman. Schulman will have a three. No good. Long rebound. Actually, it hit the shot clock on the way down, so the Dolphins will get a dead ball rebound out of it. So 3:38 to go. Now Brooklyn 3 of 12 from three-point range after a pretty decent start. Dolphins working around the horn. Latunji now Desteem for 3, no good. Dolphins 0 for 8, and now an errant dribble. The give down low to Latunji. That one is good. What a no-look pass by Taylor. I'm sure we'll get another look at that one, Mike, but heads-up play by Christian Taylor to who else? Adeola Latunji.
Yeah, Christian's first assist of the game.
Batash looks for some contact, didn't get it, but the rebound won by Brooklyn. This is O'Reilly for 3, and he knocks it down.
Big three-pointer, Dave, to keep the Bulldogs within 12.
That's O'Reilly's first basket of the evening with under 3 to play. Latunji controls, works it around. Desteem. The give to Bracic, cross-court. Kopak, they work it around. Taylor inside to Latunji. Turnaround jumper, no good in the paint. Schulman gets the rebound. Confino controls. Dolphins give him space. Confino drops low to Schulman. Nice pass by Confino. And that cuts the Dolphins' lead to 10.
Yeah, that's 5 in a row for Brooklyn. Nice comeback. 2 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the first half. Big for both teams.
Yeah, big stretch here in these final 2 and change. Bracic to Taylor. Backs in, opts out. Bracic for 3, no good. Extending for the rebound, Latunji. Off the glass, no good, but he's fouled.
Yeah, and he continues to do different things for the Dolphins, Dave. 6 rebounds already for Adeola, and he'll go to the free throw line, and he's only 1 of 3. Dolphins just 1 of 7. They've struggled from the line, Dave, but still shot 67% coming into the game here tonight.
Yep. Well, take away the 3-pointers. The Dolphins are 20 for 25 from the field. I mean, that is just outstanding. 80% shooting from inside of 3-point range, but from beyond the arc 0 for 9, and now from the free throw line as we get another chance to look at that big dunk early in the game by Adeola Latunji. The Dolphins just 1 for 8 from the free throw line. Make that 1 for 9. It just continues. And the Dolphins really a 10-point lead in spite of themselves at this point here from the line. Schulman thought about a 3, gives over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly resets things up, lost his dribble, manages to get it over to Josephat. Back up top to O'Reilly. He spins in the paint, and a charging call will go against O'Reilly, who banged in hard against Jade Spencer. So with 1:45 to go, Brooklyn commits their 7th turnover and another foul.
Nice gutty play that time by Spencer to step in front of the charging Brooklyn player. I thought he might have been a little late, Dave, but he was able to draw the offensive foul.
Yeah, so the Dolphins still up by 10 points here, looking to build. Bracic from Taylor. Turns around in the lane, looking for space, drops off to Latunji, and his layup is good.
Yeah, that time the Bulldogs thought he was going to feed it out to Flag, and he was able to feed it into Latunji, who now has 13.
Mike, the Dolphins with 43 points, 40 of them in the paint. 40.
Wow.
Batash driving in, off the glass. That's in. Left-handed layup. Another sneaky layup for Batash inside. He now has 10 for the Bulldogs.
He's coming in averaging just over 12 a game. Strong first half for Batash.
Dolphins lead cut down to 10 again. And this one is Taylor, and a little bit of a delayed jumper right at the edge of the paint. We'll see if they give him points for that jumper in the paint, but it's 45-33, and Taylor continues to stay hot. He's 8 for 10 from the floor, and Confino almost losing it. He does, and the Dolphins will get it as Latunji pounced on it and I believe got fouled. And Mike, what's nice to see is that his coach and all the assistant coaches getting up to greet Latunji, they really appreciate that type of effort.
Yeah, and you see that Adiola could score. There's no doubt about it. But the thing that is also impressive is the way that he's playing defense and rebounding the basketball. Another turnover. I believe that's his fourth steal of the game here in this first half to go along with 6 rebounds and 13 points.
So we won't mention CSI's free throw shooting. We'll see if that helps. It does. Dolphins make it. They're back up by 13 as we take a look at the great effort by Latunji with the poke and then the great job to get on the floor and gets the appreciation of his coach as well. So Latunji makes 2 for 2. Dolphins are back up by 14, 47-33. Another big first half for the Dolphins. They've been reeling those together as of late. This is Confino. He does gain the paint, but he lost control. They bounce around. This will stay with Brooklyn. 18 on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock.
Nice move to attack the basket by Confino, but better Dolphin defense, and Brooklyn will inbound with 18 to shoot.
Now the give is to Shulman. Shulman passes up top to Batash. He lost his defender. The give over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly will have a 3, no good, and Taylor gets the rebound. Shot clock off for the Dolphins. And TJ Tibbs, head coach, wants Christian Taylor to settle it down, hold for the last shot. Stephen Flagg, also a very good first half for the Dolphins, gives it back to Taylor. Taylor now receives signals, begins the offense. Blazes inside, gives over to Flagg. Flagg for 3, no good. Brocic, turnaround jumper, no good at the buzzer. But despite the misses at the horn, the Dolphins take a 14-point lead into the locker room. It's CSI 47 and the Bulldogs 33.
Yeah, a great first half for the Dolphins, Dave. They come into the game here today averaging 77 points a game, picking up 47 in the first half.
Absolutely. So we are going to be joined alongside TJ Tibbs. So TJ, a good first half. You guys have been building up some good leads during first halves. Are you encouraged by what you saw in the first 20?
I'm encouraged by the hustle. We have guys like Adiola, who's been playing really well late offensively, kind of struggling, but he got himself 2 easy points by diving on the floor. Jay Spencer's playing incredibly hard. We're kind of plagued by foul trouble early, but I'm encouraged by the way we're playing. We responded at the end. We've been bad at the end of halves. We responded, and, we just got to do something with Ben Batash because he's playing really well.
And Coach, so far 47 points on the board, 40 of those points earned in the paint. Was the game plan to attack Brooklyn down low from the outset?
I can't tell you the game plan, but it's nice the way that it's coming out. And, Brooklyn's really tough. And I think we're doing a good job. We have Christian Taylor, Adiola Latunji, who's good in the paint. And, again, somebody like Jade Spencer is on the glass. So we've been fortunate enough to get some points in the paint this half.
All right, TJ, 0 for 10 from beyond the arc. A little bit of struggles from the free throw line, 3 of 11. How do you guys clean that up for the second half?
Just keep moving the ball. Just keep playing. The shots are going to fall. I think we're getting good shots. There's only 1 or 2 shots that we took that I thought were a little rushed, or maybe a 3 from the wrong person. Adiola's got to, he's feeling good from mid-range, but he still's got to continue to go to the well and pound that mid-range. People are going to give him the 3-point shot. So I think the shots are going to fall, but we just got to continue playing CSI defense.
Coach, great first half. Good luck in the second.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's head coach TJ Tibbs. Dolphins are on a season-long 4-game win streak, looking to make it number 5. And, Mike, they're on their way with a solid first 20.
Yeah, they're playing really well here, Dave. They've out-rebounded Brooklyn College 20-17. They're shooting just under 60% from the field. They've done a great job forcing Brooklyn to turn the ball over 8 times. And more impressively, they've only turned the ball over twice.
Absolutely. So what Mike and I will do is we will step aside. We have 12 and change to go here at halftime. When Mike and I come back, we'll break down halftime stats. We'll get you ready for second half action right here live from the tank. It's the Dolphins 47, the Bulldogs 33 here at halftime. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Basketball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Na 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 na. I love you so. I love you. I love you. La 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 la. La 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
One-on-One is an independently owned and operated physical therapy center since 1999.
One-on-One has multiple offices located in Staten Island and in Brooklyn.
One-on-One has been getting people back to living pain-free for almost 14 years.
The number one goal of One-on-One is to provide quality health care for our community and continue to strive to be the best in our field.
One-on-One physical therapy gets our clients back to work, back to play, and back to function as soon as possible. We help them reclaim their life.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Welcome back here to the Tank at the College of Staten Island. We are at halftime. The CSI Dolphins lead the Brooklyn College Bulldogs 47-33. Good, comfortable lead here at the half, Mike. And the Dolphins doing a lot of things well.
Yeah, they really are, Dave. They're shooting nearly 60% from the field. They've out-rebounded Brooklyn College 20-17, including 6-2 on the offensive end. They have 14 assists on their 22 baskets compared to just 5 for Brooklyn College. They've only turned the ball over twice. As you have a chance to look at your halftime statistics. And, you know, although the Dolphins haven't shot well from the three-point line or from the free throw line, they're doing so many other things well that they still have themselves a 14-point lead.
Yeah, Mike, and you look at your stats on screen and you see the Dolphins are shooting 60%. That's wonderful, but if you take three-pointers out of it, Mike, they're shooting 81% from the field, 22 of 27. They're 0 for 10 from three-point range, as we mentioned. And they struggled from the free throw line. You can see that number on your screen as well. But, Mike, I think you hit on the big statistic, and that is that one in the lower left-hand corner, those turnovers for the Dolphins. We know when they're able to win that turnover battle, they're usually very successful. When you're only turning the ball over 2 times and a half, that's better than NBA numbers. You're really taking care of the basketball, and because they're winning the rebound battle, it's resulting in them taking more shots than Brooklyn. Like TJ said, head coach TJ Tibbs said right before we went to break, they're smart shots, they're good shots, and that's why the Dolphins have. Those are a few reasons why the Dolphins have themselves a nice, comfortable edge.
Yeah, and Dave, unfortunately, we don't have access to Elias Sports to analyze our statistics, but in all the years we've been following the Dolphins, Dave, when have the Dolphins scored 40 of 47 points from inside the paint?
It's a lot, and those 40 points, I mean, we've seen that over the course of a full game. We've seen sometimes during a full game it not be 40 points, but to do that in a half is just – that's just exceptional, and it doesn't take Elias to tell you that, Mike. Here at this level, that's good, especially when you think of the Dolphins as being a team that's usually not, the type of team that's going to ground and pound inside. There were some highlights in the first half. We'll take a look at some of those as well. This is Christian Taylor with the wonderful move inside. This was a story for the Dolphins. This is why they had so much success down low. Great inside drive there by Taylor. Then we saw off of a turnover, the Dolphins able to generate this sparkling dunk here for Adeola Latunji. That's what he could do to ignite the crowd. That's what he could do to get this team going. You can see on your screen the score was 12-12 at the time, and that kind of changed the pace and momentum coming from there. And then the final replay that we have for you, if we're able to get it on, was Stephen Flagg that was Adeola finding Jade Spencer underneath for a quick 2. That was a nice job there by the Dolphins. But, Mike, you saw 3 examples right there of the Dolphins pounding it inside, scoring points in the paint, really taking advantage against Brooklyn that way.
Yeah, and the Dolphins really doing a good job, Dave, keeping the floor balanced. And, other than Batash coming up with 10 points for Brooklyn College in that first half, that TJ mentioned to you during your halftime interview with him, the Dolphins have come out and really played a extremely strong first half. And, Dave, we mentioned prior to the start of the game that Latunji and Taylor went 21 of 27 in the game against Kane University. Well, they're 14 of 20 here this afternoon, and they've also combined for 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. So the Dolphins just getting great play out of their backcourt.
Yep, so the Dolphins shooting just under 60% for the game. We'll see if they can continue that pace. 20 minutes have been put up on the clock, and the Dolphins have themselves a 14-point lead here as we start the second half. Brooklyn will have control first. Tesoriero will control. He's moving. Gives up top to Grant. They give back to Tesoriero. Confino, and he just passes it right into the waiting hands of Christian Taylor. They're looking to run. It's Bracic all alone. Left-handed layup is good.
Not the possession the Bulldogs were looking for to start the half. The Dolphins open the lead to 16.
So controlling is Confino. Brooklyn with their 9th turnover of the game, resulting in CSI points. Points off turnovers tonight, Mike, 14-0 in favor of CSI. Tesoriero drops it underneath to Ba. Nice job by Tesoriero to find the open Ba. Dolphins lead cut back to 14 after extending to 16 for the first time. Savage, who's been kept off of the scoreboard, finds Rossiter with a short jumper in the paint. That is good. The Dolphins back up by 16.
That's Rob's first points of the game on his first shot from the field.
Yeah, I was going to say it was first shot of the game as well. Batash, who head coach TJ Tibbs was mindful to say he wanted to stop in the second half. This is Grant down low. Nice high layup off the glass for Grant. And for the second time, Brooklyn whittles the lead down to 14. Taylor gives over to Savage. Savage with only 1 shot. This is the give to Bracic for 3, no good. Rolls off the front of the rim and out of bounds off the long rebound. So the Dolphins' woes from 3-point range continue. They're 0 for 11 now from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Eden's missed all 4 of his 3-point attempts and hit both of his 2-point attempts here so far tonight.
He does have 4 assists for the Dolphins. Brooklyn works it around, looking down low, but the pass errant, out of bounds when Bracic touched it. And they did reset the shot clock, which should not have been. So they will reset the shot clock now, I believe, to about 17. Take a look at the three-point shooting on your screen, and you can see how both teams have been struggling. And Brooklyn started off pretty good from 3. I think they were 3 of their first 6 or 7. And since then, they've cooled down considerably. Tesoriero will inbound, gives it over to Grant. Grant looked left, now goes right, and drops it in the paint and in.
Yeah, that's twice now. Grant is posted against a smaller Dolphin defender. He's hit his last 2 baskets. He now has 9.
And perhaps after opting for a lot of threes, Mike, Brooklyn making it a point to go inside. Rossiter's layup is no good, and we will go the other way as interrupting Ba to make the rebound attempt was Latunji, but it's going to be called on Rossiter instead. So Rossiter picks up his 3rd foul. No action on the CSI bench for now to replace Rossiter, so he'll stay in the game.
Yeah, he quicked up 2 quick fouls in the first half, Dave, in just 5 minutes of play, and now picks up his 3rd.
This is Batash, now working right side, drops off to Grant. Grant, an open look 3, no good off the back iron. We have a CSI ball as it was last touched by, I believe it was Ba, who races down.
Big miss that time by Grant, an opportunity to cut the Dolphin lead inside of double digits. Dolphins with the ball now in a 12-point lead.
Yeah, Brooklyn College looking to make their move. That would have been a big 3. Savage works it around. This is Bracic for 3 the other way, and CSI finally has hit pay dirt from beyond the arc, and we have a timeout whistled by the Dolphins, a 30-second timeout to regroup, and the Dolphins back up by 15.
And, you know, Dave, you get to some key moments in the game and some key swings, and there was one. Granted, hit his last couple of baskets. He had an open 3. He had a good look. He squared up on it, but just couldn't hit the shot.
So we will take a break, step aside. The Dolphins back up by 15. It's CSI over Brooklyn here in the early stages of the second. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Basketball on CSIDolphins.com. We'll keep it right here, Arthur. We'll keep it here as we had a 30-second timeout on the floor. So we will keep it here, 17-22.
Dolphins continue to come out and play strong here in the second half, Dave. 7-6 the score. The Dolphins with a 1-point advantage here in the second half. And, you know, it's been a good game for the Dolphins here so far tonight, Dave. And Eden finally gets the Dolphins with their first 3-pointer. Let's see if they can start to heat up from that 3-point line.
Meanwhile, Brooklyn drops it off to O'Reilly, who had just stepped in. He go in for 3, no good. Ba gets the offensive rebound. Haven't seen much of that either from Brooklyn. They get a second chance. Now a quick whistle. It looks like Savage is going to be called as there was a mismatch down low as Ba was matched up on Savage. Savage trying to get behind him, grabbed too much jersey. A little talking after the play from both of those guys.
Yeah, that time Ba able to grab the offensive rebound along the baseline, and now Brooklyn will inbound with 26 on the shot clock.
This is Batash, who's been kept off the scoreboard here in the first few minutes of the second. This is Grant. Ball got popped loose, but Brooklyn able to get it back. 15 on the shot clock. Batash inside, fronted by Bracic. He gets the short jumper in the lane to go, and the foul. So Batash with 12 points now, and we'll have another opportunity from the free throw line where he is 2 for 2.
And the Dolphins pick up 3 quick team fouls here, Dave, in just over 3 minutes to start this second half.
Batash perfect again from the stripe, so he now has 13 points to lead all Brooklyn scorers. And the Dolphins' lead is cut down to 12. This is Rossiter. Thought about a short jumper, gives over to Bracic. To Rossiter. Rossiter for 3, no good. Front iron. Long rebound, won by Bracic. He tipped it over to Savage. Now to Rossiter. Rossiter for 3, no good. Extended rebound is Ba to get it. Dolphins 1 for 14 from 3-point range. This is O'Reilly. He has a turn for a 3, no good. Ball bouncing around. It will be Dolphins ball. Last touch by Ba.
Both teams putting up a lot of 3-pointers here, Dave. 4 for the Dolphins, 3 for Brooklyn here to start the second half. Just one make, and that by the Dolphins.
So with the lead 12, this is Bracic. Gives over to Savage. Savage for 3. It's good. So Ray Savage, on only his second shot attempt of the game, gives the Dolphins a 15-point lead yet again. Brooklyn needs a run. Tesoriero drops off to Ba, wide open inside. Rossiter had lost him, and the lead cut to 13.
Yeah, nice play to draw the Dolphin defense and find the open layup.
Savage now controls. Gives over to Rossiter. Turns around and has a walk for Rossiter. Rossiter thought he was interfered with. But Brooklyn now with a chance to take advantage of a CSI turnover, a rare one. Only the Dolphins' third turnover here in the first 25 minutes. Brooklyn with 0 points off of CSI Dolphins turnovers. Big time statistic. Tesoriero to Ba. Back to Tesoriero. The give to Ba. Underneath, shot blocked by Rossiter. The ball spinning around, and it will be Dolphins' ball, as losing it in his feet was Grant. So again, Brooklyn cannot take advantage of a CSI turnover. The Dolphins will have possession, back up by 13.
Nice swarming defense by the Dolphins to force another turnover.
Latunji thought about a 3, opts out, gives over to Rossiter. He was left open for 3. Now it's Bracic and Savage. Back over to Bracic. Fakes left, looks underneath to Latunji, off the glass and in.
Much better choice offensively by the Dolphins, Dave. They've been successful in the paint. They went to it again and opened the lead back to 15.
So Brooklyn has been knocking on the door a couple times. They just can't seem to knock things down to single digits. Dolphins taking advantage each time. This is Batash. Spots up for 3, no good, too hard. Savage able to box out Grant on the rebound. Bounce pass to Rossiter, short 2-point jumper is good. The assist from Savage, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead at 17.
That was a great defensive rebound by Savage to get the assist and the basket.
And a timeout is going to be called by Brooklyn. Mike, you mentioned that big swing where they could have put it down in single digits. Said the Dolphins have taken off and run with it. So we will step aside, go to break. The Dolphins have their biggest lead of the game with 14:34 remaining. It's 61-44 in favor of the Dolphins. Stay with us. You're watching CSI Basketball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
One-on-One is an independently owned and operated physical therapy center since 1999.
One-on-One has multiple offices located in Staten Island and in Brooklyn.
One-on-One has been getting people back to living pain-free for almost 14 years.
The number one goal of One-on-One is to provide quality health care for our community and continue to strive to be the best in our field.
One-on-one physical therapy gets our clients back to work, back to play, and back to function as soon as possible. We help them reclaim their life.
Welcome back here to the tank here at the College of Staten Island. The CSI men in comfortable control here against Brooklyn College, 61-44. Brooklyn with a couple of big baskets here in the second half, but they've been unable to piece anything together, Mike, enough to cut into the CSI lead.
Yeah, you know, Brooklyn had an opportunity at a three-point shot that could have cut the Dolphin lead down to 9. They were unable to convert, and, you know, since then the Dolphins have had a couple of offensive possessions to open the lead back to 17.
O'Reilly will inbound for Brooklyn as we have a quick whistle here and a foul whistled against Adiola Latunji. So the Dolphins pick up team foul number 4. And Brooklyn will just get another chance to inbound. Had an exciting week here at CSI Sportsnet. We covered, of course, men's basketball on Monday. We had the CSI women's swim meet yesterday against John Jay. Basketball again today, and we'll be back on the air again on Saturday. Turnaround spinner in the lane by Ba. So once again, Brooklyn able to cut the CSI lead down. Now it's 15, 61-46.
Brooklyn making more of an effort, Dave, to get the ball into the lane in their last couple of possessions.
Bracic an open 3, no good as it rows around, but that's going to be an offensive foul on Jade Spencer as he went in hard into the back of Ba. So another turnover for the Dolphins, and we'll see if Brooklyn can take advantage. Dolphins will face John Jay College on Saturday, a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. The women play first, men will play at 3. It's also the Women's Basketball Alumni Day, and they will play an alumni game at 11 a.m. We will not have that game on Sportsnet, as we have a long-range missile not connected on. Dolphins will take advantage. This is Latunji spinning into the lane, and he is hit hard by O'Reilly. And Latunji, foul was on the floor, so the Dolphins will retain possession.
So the Bulldogs pick up their first foul of the second half, as Henry O'Reilly will pick up his third, Dave. Dolphins now 2 of 16 from the three-point line, 26 of 32 from inside the three-point line.
The Dolphins are not going to give up on that three-point shot. This is Flagg having a turn, and that one's in. So the Dolphins extend to their biggest lead of the evening, 64-46. Still plenty of time left in this one, but it's getting late early here for the Bulldogs. Tesoriero giving over to O'Reilly. Nice entry pass to Ba, and he extends over the Dolphins to get that one to drop in, 64-48. Christian Taylor, no looker to Brocic. Brocic for 3, no good. And the long rebound into the hands of Grant. Brocic now 1 for 7 from three-point range. This is Grant penetrating inside, drops off to Ba. And we have a step out on the end line, so the Dolphins will get control. Turnover for Brooklyn, their 10th of the game.
Yeah, so a big turnover there by Brooklyn, down by 16 points, Dave. They need to get shots. Nice play defensively by the Dolphins.
Stephen Flagg now losing it, and it ends up into the hands of Taylor. Now this is Spencer driving inside off the glass. Spinner goes in and out. Ba with the rebound.
A lot of contact on that play. Spencer can't get it to fall.
Batosh spots up for 3. Long range, no good. 2 Dolphins there to collect for the rebound. It's Latunji ultimately coming down. Flagg bounce pass to Taylor, and he gets hit hard. And Taylor able to kind of weather it, but man, that was 2 bodies coming together, and Taylor grimacing a little bit, but he looks to be okay. That had danger written all over it.
Yeah, he took a blow to the face on that one, Dave, as the foul is going to be called on Tesoriero. That's going to be his first.
And getting mixed up late in the play was Grant, who is now down for a bit. Savage is coming on to take over for Brocic. And we're going to see Shai come back into the game for Brooklyn. He'll replace Grant, who I believe was trying to hold himself up after that play and kind of got the wind knocked out of him as well. Meanwhile, the Dolphins with 26 on the shot clock have it. Latunji, baby jumper off the glass, no good. Stephen Flagg in there to clean up the mess.
Nice basket by Flagg. He now has 15. Big offensive game for Stephen.
So the Dolphins match their biggest lead. It's 18. This is Batosh looking to give Brooklyn a lift. Penetrates off of Savage, no good. He wanted a foul, is not going to get it, and that simply went out of bounds on an air ball. And Savage will have control. You take a look at that collision there up top, and yeah, 2 guys, Tesoriero and Grant, kind of pinballed Taylor around. Good look at that. This is Flagg now penetrating inside off the glass, but then Spencer able to clean things up via the offensive rebound.
Yeah, Spencer taking out the trash. He gets 4. He now has 4. Dolphins lead by 20.
Dolphins' biggest lead. This is Batosh. Pulls up from the free throw line, spots up, no good. Offensive rebound, Ba, turnaround jumper off the glass, no good, and Flagg collects.
Yeah, Brooklyn College kind of rushing their offense a little bit, Dave.
Flagg now penetrating inside, drops off to Spencer, and we have a whistle, and we'll see where the foul came in from. For Brooklyn, it'll be their 3rd team foul. The Dolphins will take things out. It looked like it was O'Reilly picking up foul number 4.
You have an opportunity to see that nice follow-up by Jade Spencer for his 2nd basket of the game.
Dolphins now getting control of the rebounding here, 32-24 in that department. Overall, this is Taylor now. Thought about spotting up for a long 2, almost lost control. It goes over to Flagg. Flagg once again penetrating, no shot. Another foul whistled against Brooklyn College.
Yeah, Stephen Flagg creating all kinds of problems defensively for the Bulldogs. He's 7 of 11 from the field with 3 rebounds, and the The Dolphins are going to have an opportunity to inbound the basketball. Fouls piling up a little bit now for both teams. 5 for the Dolphins, 4 on the Bulldogs, as Tesario is going to pick up his second personal. Or third personal, I should say, Dave. Sorry.
No problem. We have an official timeout as Christian Taylor's nose was bleeding. So he was called out, and he'll get a couple of seconds to regroup. Otherwise, the Dolphins will have to get a substitution in the game. Speaking of substitutions, it is Grant coming back in. And Taylor is going to give it a go for the Dolphins. Shows off his bloody nose to the official. He gives him the okay sign, and like a prize fighter, Mike goes back out there.
And I just got to correct the foul, Dave. That foul is going to be on Noah Shy, and that's going to be the third foul on Noah.
All right, so Shy picks up his third as the fouls continue to mount up here. This is Latunji penetrating baseline, but he loses it off of his hip that time.
So Adiola turns the ball over for the second time today. Only the 5th turnover, Dave, on the day for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins had only 2 at half. They had 3 here in this period here. It's almost 9 minutes long. Brooklyn controls. This is Grant up top. Was looking in the direction of Shy. Opts out. He's going to dribble. Penetrates baseline. That gives over to Shy. Shy sidesteps a defender, and he gets one to go. Nice job by Noah Shy, the 6'1 freshman.
Yeah, Shy able to get past a couple of Dolphin defenders to get that one up to the rim.
Cuts the lead down to 18. This is Savage to Flag. Flag having a big night, and that time his pass was intercepted by Tesoriero. Tesoriero, no look pass to Batash for 3, no good. Missed it to the left. Spencer with the rebound. CSI looking to run. 2-on-1. Savage down low to Taylor. Taylor spin around layup off the glass, too strong. Latunji offensive rebound. Layup is good in the foul.
Yeah, and every time you think Brooklyn might be trying to get themselves in a position to make a run, they miss a shot, and the Dolphins come back with an effective play offensively as they continue to pound the ball into the paint, Dave. Here in this second half, as Latunji able to lay it up and in, draw the foul. He has 19, and the Dolphins open their lead back to 20.
And the CSI Dolphins have taken a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we will step aside. The Dolphins have an even 20-point lead. They're up on the Bulldogs 70-50. We'll take a break, step aside, come right back here live from the tank at the College of Staten Island. Stay with us.
One-on-One is an independently owned and operated physical therapy center since 1999.
One-on-One has multiple offices located in Staten Island and in Brooklyn.
One-on-One has been getting people back to living pain-free for almost 14 years.
The number one goal of One-on-One is to provide quality health care for our community and continue to strive to be the best in our field.
One-on-one physical therapy gets our clients back to work, back to play, and back to function as soon as possible. We help them reclaim their life.
Welcome back here to the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island. CSI women came up 5 points short in their half of the doubleheader to Brooklyn College, but the CSI men are comfortably ahead here, 70-50 with 10:26 to go. Adiola Latunji will find himself at the free throw line looking to complete a 3-point play. And Mike, the story of the second half has been Brooklyn trying tirelessly to get themselves back in it, but every time they have a response, CSI has an answer.
Yeah, and Dave, the Dolphins went 0 of 10 from the 3-point line in the first half. Here in the second half, Brooklyn's 0 for 7.
Yep, and the Dolphins 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Latunji completes the 3-point play. The Dolphins have their biggest lead of the evening. It's 21 points. Batash looking for Shy at first, now has to backpedal. Batash, jumper, long range 2, no good, and it is Latunji with the rebound. That's his 9th rebound of the evening. This is Flag giving it up for Spencer. His first shot blocked. Second shot, he was fouled by Ba.
Yeah, beautiful, unselfish play that time by Flag. He took the ball to the basket. He could have laid it up. Instead, he fed it to Spencer. His first shot got knocked away, but once again, Spencer sticking with it, grabbing the rebound, putting it back up. He couldn't hit the shot, but he'll go to the line now to shoot 2.
The line for Spencer, 4 points, 8 rebounds. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line, where the Dolphins have struggled tonight. They're only 4 of 12 from the stripe. First one is good, and that one rattles home. Take a look at that 2-on-1 that developed earlier. And there's that second chance cleanup by Latunji, who's been all over it. And the Dolphins as a team all over things in the paint tonight. Second free throw, no good by Spencer. He splits the pair, but puts the Dolphins up by 22.
Yeah, and if Brooklyn's going to get back in the game, Dave, they got to make their move right now.
Couldn't agree with you more here as Tesoriero, who hasn't seen a lot of scoring in this one, puts one up, no good. Ba gets an offensive board, and he's fouled on the way back up.
Yeah, the freshman skied up high above the rim that time to grab the offensive rebound and draw the foul. So he'll go to the free throw line with an opportunity to shoot 2, as Jade Spencer will pick up his second personal foul.
And for Ba, now he's 1 rebound away from a double-double. He's got 10 points and 9 boards tonight. One of the key pieces to the future of Brooklyn College basketball. Big-time recruit from Brooklyn, New York, Achievement First University Prep. Second of 2 is good, so he splits a pair, and the lead cut to 21. Brooklyn employing a press. Dolphins promptly break it. It's Spencer all the way in off the right side.
Yeah, that time Spencer just kept attacking for the layup.
Touchdown pass the other way. Shy. It's blocked by Latunji. Gets his own rebound. The foul. And the layup is good.
Yeah, that time the Dolphins didn't do a good job balancing the floor after the made basket. A nice play by Latunji to force the first miss. Nice job by Brooklyn College and Noah Shy to stick with it and lay it up and in.
Brocic and Rossiter return for the Dolphins. There's that touchdown pass. There's that first block. Beautiful block by Latunji, but Shy at the right place at the right time, and he's able to get the putback to go and a chance to cut the lead to an even 20. Free throw is good, so 3-point play completed. And with 9.5 to go, Brooklyn's down by 20, and they are pressing. Brocic, that one interrupted as things go flying. Maynard Grant killing our equipment.
And now, you know, Dave, the Dolphins now with their 7th team foul, make that their 8th team foul. So now Brooklyn will go to the free throw line. And TJ Tibbs has seen a couple of things he doesn't like, Dave, so he's going to take a full timeout.
All right, so a full timeout. Mike, we'll keep it right here and discuss here. The Dolphins, again, comfortably ahead, and again, it's been their dominance in the paint, Mike. It's dissipated a little bit from the first half, but 54 points in the paint for the Dolphins and tells a big story. And Brooklyn really not doing enough with CSI turnovers. CSI's only turned the ball over 6 times, but Brooklyn only 2 points off of CSI turnovers tonight. Those are good numbers.
Yeah, you know, Dave, and now Brooklyn College is going to try to get this game a little helter-skelter, try to get the Dolphins to play quick. If you're the CSI Dolphins, Dave, with 9:22 remaining and a 20-point lead, I think your focus should be half-court offense and running down a little shot clock. Yeah, have a big lead in the game. You've played very well, and, you know, unless Brooklyn College can get themselves a number of turnovers, they are down by a pretty big deficit at this point.
Dolphins looking to improve to 7-1 in the CUNY Athletic Conference. And that's a great start considering what this team lost during the offseason, not to mention their longtime head coach, Tony Petoza. And then, of course, the graduation of Frank Schettino, Khalid Baum, Kevon Murphy opting not to return this season for the Dolphins. They lost a big, huge chunk of offense from a season ago. A lot of new faces, and all things considered, the Dolphins, if they're able to close this one out, 5 wins in a row, they would improve to 7-1 in the conference. And Mike, 9-7 might not seem like an outstanding record on paper, but I think you really can't say enough about the way this team has started this season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Dave, especially when you look at some of the teams on their non-conference schedule, as that time Ba able to get the ball off the rim and hit the front end of a 1-and-1, so he'll have one more upcoming. But, you know, a lot of question marks, as you mentioned, Dave, for this team coming into the season. They were picked 5th in the coach's preseason poll, and, you know, the Dolphins doing a great job answering a lot of questions. They had a lot coming into the season. and they played extremely well here so far.
Yeah, and speaking of the preseason poll, Mike, where the Dolphins were predicted to finish 5th, if you don't think that's bulletin board material with this team, you're mistaken. This team realizes that as Flagg goes up, gets his own rebound, and then the offer to Latunji. But Dolphins really did take that personally, Mike. You know, the fact that they went 16-0 last year in the conference, they won the CUNY championship, and then to come back and get predicted to finish 5th, they took it as an insult. And, you know, maybe with good reason they got predicted to finish 5th. I wouldn't say I disagreed with that, but they've used it as fodder for to build. And they've taken pride in beating some of the teams that have been predicted to finish ahead of them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Dave. And, you know, other than a tough overtime loss to Lehman College at home, you know, they've gone through undefeated. So they won 16 games last year. They won their 2 games in the conference tournament, and they're 6-1 so far. And, you know, best my math could tell me that's 24-1 in their last 25 CUNYAC games.
Yeah, and those are regular season games we're talking about. You had playoffs, and you're talking about a few more in there as well. So Rossiter makes the first free throw. And so, yeah, the Dolphins. And then when you put it in perspective, too, Mike, that last year this Dolphins team was 8-0 against CUNY competition on the road, and then won a couple of neutral site games in the tournament against CUNY competition. And they've started the season off 5-0 on the road against CUNY. And on the back half of the CUNY schedule, Mike, they'll get 5 of those teams at home instead of on the road. So good, favorable signs for the Dolphins heading into the second half. Yep, another errant rebound goes the Dolphins' way. And Stephen Flagg, who's been excellent all game long, puts in another. He now has 17 on the evening.
Yeah, and if they could get scored from their big man Stephen Flagg coming off the bench, boy, what another exciting dimension that is for the Dolphins as Rossiter's going to pick up his 4th personal, Dave.
Stephen Flagg's season and career high was 20 points against Wagner College earlier in a blowout loss. But this would be, he's moving into career numbers for himself. Adeola Latunji with 20 points. His career high has been 27. He's done that twice, including Monday. And against Hunter, last 2 games, as you take a look at Stephen Flagg's coast-to-coast finish here against not 1 but 2 Brooklyn College Bulldogs. Great play. Well, you mentioned, Mike, that if Brooklyn was to make their move, they'd had to make it, you know, a couple of minutes ago. They're running out of time here. 3 points at the line. They are able to get 1. Dolphins up by 21 points. James Delahanty has come in for the Dolphins. They work it around. This is Savage, baseline 3, and that one's good.
Yeah, so Savage putting up that 3-pointer early in the shot clock, but all's good when you make it.
80-56, Dolphins with their biggest lead. Tesoriero gives over to Batash. Batash tied for the Brooklyn lead with 13 points tonight. Fakes right, goes left, gains the paint. Layup no good. Flagg with the rebound. And as a turnover for the Dolphins, Brooklyn looking to go the other way. It's Batash, left side, foul on the floor. It'll be against Stephen Flagg, I believe. So Flagg picks up foul number 1 on the game.
Wasn't sure what they were going to call on that one, Dave, because Batash kind of swung his arm out at Flagg when driving by, but Flagg picks up the foul, his first, and that will send Batash to the line to shoot 2.
And he's been perfect from here. He's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Takes over the team lead with 14 points. He's got a rebound and a steal to go with it. Second of 2, no good. Delahanty in the stat sheet with the rebound. Savage controls, gives over to Flagg. Up top, Latunji. Big first step. Behind the back pass or over the head pass to Savage to Bracic. Bracic receives a screen, gives down low to Delahanty. Losing it at first, stays with it. Looking for contact, couldn't get it, but Latunji gets the rebound. 3-point goal for Savage, it's good.
So Savage all of a sudden with 3 3-pointers on the day. He has 9 as the Dolphins have 7 minutes remaining in this one.
And he's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. We mentioned he came in having taken over the team lead in 3-point shooting. Tesoriero for 3. And so he matches, and the Dolphins lead cut back down to 23 as the teams trade 3-pointers.
Brooklyn now 1 of 8 from the three-point line in the second half.
This is Stephen Flagg working against Batosh, crossing over, hands off to Savage. Savage, bounce pass to Bracic, turn around, cross court to Flagg. Flagg driving, stops, off the glass and in on the long-range jumper. So Flagg now at 19.
Pretty kiss by Flagg off the
Absolutely.
glass.
Soft touch. Flagg 1 point away from his career high in points. Dolphins 8-0 this season when they score 75 or more in regulation. 0 for 7 when they do not. They're at 85. This is Latunji going through 2 Bulldogs, and that one couldn't fall. Tesoriero, O'Reilly, Batosh thought about a 3. O'Reilly from way out, steps in, long range 2, no good, long rebound, Delahanty controls. Bracic looking to run. Latunji, cross court, Flagg, long range 3, it's good! Stephen Flagg, career high, 22 points, takes over the team lead in that department, and Stephen Flagg is 10 for 15 from the floor.
Yeah, that's the way you like to score 22, Dave, with nice, efficient play. Stephen playing very well. Also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists as we have an opportunity to take a look at the replay.
Yeah, that was the one that went off the glass. Follows that up with a long-range 3, and we have a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. So, Mike, why don't we step aside? The Dolphins in full control, up by 28 with 5:24 to go. Stay with us. You are watching CSI Men's Basketball right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
There's something delicious happening this season at Tim Hortons, and it's only 99 cents. Get a rich, decadent hot chocolate or creamy French vanilla for the sweet price of 99 cents. Great quality at a great value. It's all good at Tim Hortons. Own the morning with Tim Hortons. Get a sausage and cheese English muffin made to order for only $1. Made with savory sausage and American cheese on a toasted English muffin. Prepared for you for only $1. Great quality at a great value. It's all good at Tim Hortons.
Right now at Tim Hortons, you can get a 10-pack of Timbits for $1.99. Get an irresistible mix of flavors in every perfectly shareable snack pack. Now that's what you'd call a sweet deal. Stop by Tim Hortons for a 10-pack today.
We welcome you back here live to the tank at the College of Staten Island. The CSI men's basketball team 5:24 away from win number 5 straight. That's a season long for them. If they can hang on, they would improve to 9-7 overall, 7-1 in the conference after their first pass to the CUNY Athletics Conference. And, you know, Mike, from here, the Dolphins will have 9 games left, 8 against conference opponents. And, well, actually, are they all against conference opponents? Oh, no, they'll have the CSI Challenge. That'll be against Cabrini. That'll be a tough challenge for them on the road. But, yeah, 8 of their final 9 in conference. That's a turnover as Rigo Destine, who had checked in, was able to intercept the pass from Grant. And the Dolphins will slow things down and start using some shot clock here. Stephen Flagg stays in the game. Penetrates, gives off to Savage. Savage for 3. That one's short. And Confino will make the rebound. Batosh dribbles inside, bounced off one of his own players. Confino, he traveled before the shot.
Yeah, Confino didn't like the call. I thought Brooklyn might have gotten away with a travel on the play before, but Brooklyn turning the ball over once again, so it'll be Dolphin basketball. 13 turnovers now for the Bulldogs.
Confino, one of 3 seniors for this Brooklyn College squad. This is Destine. The give to Kopech, who had also come into the game on that last timeout. Delahanty down low, ball skitters around. Finally into the hands of Flagg. Looking baseline, pass was interrupted by Confino. 4:20 to go. As we mentioned, we will be back on the air on Saturday for CSI men's and women's doubleheader against John Jay. The men's game is the CUNY Athletic Conference Game of the Week. Mike Babuski will have that. We'll see about a partner for you, Mike, for Saturday. See what we can round up in this house. This is Destine off the glass, and that one's good. as Desteem, I believe, has entered the scoring column for the first time. Confino down by 30. Gains the paint, kicks out. Down low to Boss. Slashing inside, loose ball. Kopech got fouled, I believe, on the loose ball. Looks like the foul will go against Josephat, the junior guard who had limited minutes in the first half.
So with the Dolphins leading by 30 and 4 minutes remaining, Dave, I think we've officially entered garbage time here at the Tank at the College of Staten Island. And it's been a fun night of basketball, a tough loss for the women's team earlier here tonight after coming back from a 29-point deficit to cut it down to as low as one. The Med coming out and playing another real strong game, Dave. They fell behind 7-2 in the first minute and 45 seconds, but really since then it's been all CSI Dolphins.
And we're going to see the CSI debut, Mike, of number 21, Firas Elsabai. He's a 6'3", sophomore guard from Fort Hamilton High School. Joined the Dolphins for the second half of the semester, but Firas will have his first action of the season. Couple of Dolphins in the stands who normally do dress. That's Fabosi in the stands and Rudy LaVenture, who the Dolphins are hoping to get back at some point, but are not in game clothes and are in the stands. This is Confino, the block by Desteem, and here comes Desteem the other way. The gift from Delahanty, off the glass and in.
Nice job by Rigo to gather himself for the layup. 2 quick baskets for Rigo.
Dolphins' season high was 94 against Medgar Evers. That's in jeopardy tonight. Brooklyn had got in number 12, Ori Cohen. He drops off inside, and now the give down low, and getting his own rebound was Melman, and there's the miss on the putback, and Desteem collects, and he drops it off to Savage, who will slow things down here with just over 3 minutes to play. Desteem looking for some help, finds Savage. Savage, El-Sabai. El-Sabai fakes right, goes left, looks back up top to Savage. 10 on the shot clock. Savage fakes left. Down low to Delahanty. Great pass by Savage, and the finish by Delahanty.
Beautiful feed that time by Savage as he picks up his 5th assist of the afternoon.
And Delahanty enters the scoring column for the first time. O'Reilly stripped on the way in, but gathered by Melman. O'Reilly gets it back. Long range 2 is good. And cuts the lead to 33, 2.5 to go. Dolphins flirting with 100 now. El-Sabai thought about a 3. Holds up, gives over to Desteem. Dolphins want to run a little bit more clock. Savage, El-Sabai. El-Sabai penetrates, give down low, beautiful give, and Delahanty with the finish.
So 2 baskets in a row for Delahanty. He has 4. Dolphins edge closer to the century mark.
And welcome to the stat sheet, Firas El-Sabai. He gets an assist on that. And there's an inside drive for Ori Cohen. And we're going to get a substitution timeout, I believe. And there is the block, and there's the nice give from Delahanty over to Rigo Desteem. And Mike, you look on the floor, you see Rigo Desteem, one of the highly touted freshman recruits for this team. Firas El-Sabai, who they have high hopes for, and of course Christian Kopech was a transfer coming in, and El-Sabai will go to the free throw line to try and get his first career points as smiles come all around. Under 2 to play.
Yeah, the Dolphins with a little bit of an opportunity to relax through these first couple of minutes and play a little bit loose, Dave, but you got to love the way that this team continues to show improvement in every game.
El-Sabai missing the first, so he'll get one more shot at this. Nobody rebounding under, but there's the beautiful give by Savage earlier to Delahanty, who has recorded the last couple of layups for the Dolphins. Second free throw is no good, missing both short. And Cohen gets the rebound with 1:50 to go. Cohen, right-handed dribble, drops off to Josephat, putting up a short jumper in the paint, no good. Melman gets the rebound. They work it around the horn, 3-point attempt for Shulman. That one is good.
Nice play by Melman to keep it alive. Brooklyn able to get the basket. as the clock winds down to 90 seconds.
CSI led by 14 at the break. They lead by 30 now. It's been more of the same here as El Sabai has control. The give down low. That pass was intercepted by Josephat. And he's able to regroup and spins it off of his foot out of bounds. So that'll be another turnover for Brooklyn. That's their 15th of the game. Yeah. First-year coach T.J. Tibbs will enjoy his 5th straight victory. The Dolphins are 5-1 in the 2018 year. They, as Mike mentioned, only that overtime loss to Lehman College, the only blemish. Desteem powers in, left side, off the glass, too strong. Delahanty used Melman, I believe, as leverage, so he's going to get called for the foul.
Boy, Melman's been pounding and pounding down on the glass. That time Delahanty, a push from behind, he's going to pick up the foul, and that will lead to Brooklyn College free throws as we're inside of 1 minute remaining here in the second half.
And it would be David Melman at the line. Melman looking to get into the scoring column for the first time here today. He has 2 official shots, 3 rebounds. First one is no good, and it is a 2-shot foul. The Bridges are in the double bonus now. Some time did fly off the clock there as the scorekeepers thought it was a 1-and-1 situation, as did CSI.
Yeah, that's only the second free throw of Melman for the season. He's looking for his first make, I should say. So he has one more upcoming.
We mentioned that the CSI Women's Alumni Game is on January 20th. That's this Saturday. The Men's Alumni Game is on the 27th. A week from this Saturday, a doubleheader against York College. And it's a game where we're going to have all 3 games on the air for CSI Sportsnet, because during that alumni game we'll be honoring CSI former coach Tony Petoza during pregame festivities. So we'll want to get that, of course, on the air. And for all of you folks as well. So we got a lot of Sportsnet action coming up.
Really looking forward to that, Dave. An opportunity to see a head coach Petosa again, and really a lot of thanks is due, and looking forward to doing it next a week from Saturday.
Faris El Sabai gets his first points of his collegiate career here in his academic sophomore season. Second free throw is also good, so the Dolphins have a 32-point lead here in the waning seconds. Post-game, we'll be joined by Stephen Flagg here for a couple of moments. Happy about that. Brooklyn perhaps down to their final opportunity. Cross court, O'Reilly for 3. That one halfway in, but bounces out, and that's a tough foul on Delahanty as he was just going straight up. Melman caught the rough end of that. But with 25.9 left, Melman will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Melman really likes to crash the boards and play very physically. I thought that foul might have been on him, but instead he goes down to the ground hard. He draws the foul, no matter, of course, as far as the final results go. The Dolphins with 99 points, and with 25 seconds left on the shot clock, Dave, I don't think they'll put the ball up to the rim.
Good point. The shot clock, of course, obviously off. Second free throw is up, no good. Savage gets the rebound, kicks it out over to Kopech, and the Dolphins should be able to hold it and hold on to a 32-point win. Dolphins get the most points they've scored all season long. It's 99. 5th straight win for the Dolphins. They will improve to 7-1 in the conference. We don't know what Lehman College has done tonight, but at the very least, a tie for first place remains at the top of the standings for the Dolphins. Success all around. The Dolphins beat the Brooklyn College Bulldogs 99-67, Mike.
Yeah, a whole bunch of positives for the Dolphins here tonight, Dave. They went out, they fell behind early 7-2, came back, never looked back. They got strong performances out of several different players, and you got to love the way this team is playing defense, Dave. They continue to rebound the basketball, out-rebounding Brooklyn College 48-34, shooting 58% from the field on the afternoon, playing a strong all-around game. And really, Dave, when you got to the midway point of the first half forward, there wasn't really ever a time where you felt that the Dolphins were in jeopardy of losing this game.
Absolutely. The Dolphins with some good control throughout the game. They stayed poised. They stayed confident. And were able to piece together two very good halves, as we're going to be joined by Stephen Flagg. And Steve, tremendous effort tonight. Career high for you in the points column, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Right off the bat. Seems like you guys were grounding and pounding from the very beginning, slashing to the basket. Was that the team's goal coming in?
The team's goal today was just get the win. Do whatever it takes to get the win. It may be your day to do one thing, or maybe it be your day to do another thing, but just get the win. Do what you got to do.
And it seems like, Steve, that's been the rallying cry for this team all season. Anybody could play the hero on any given night. Yes. How have you guys really been able to kind of come together as a team with a first-year coach, with a lot of new faces? Tell me about that dynamic and how far you feel it's come.
Well, it starts with the mentality in practice. Coach Tibbs makes each and every one of us trust each other. So one day Christian can have 20, one day Adiola can have 20, one day Deli can have 20. Like, you never know. As long as you trust your teammates, we'll be able to do greater things.
Steven, this team has won 5 games in a row and has really been playing well, and you're getting a lot of good performances out of a lot of different players. You're heading down the stretch of the season now. Big game coming up against John Jay. This team seems to continue to improve offensively.
Yeah, John Jay, we played them before. It was pretty tough, but now we have more chemistry together, and we also play tougher. So we're looking forward to that matchup.
Absolutely. And final question, Steve. I know that this team uses that preseason poll as some fuel. They picked you to finish 5th. Now you've had one chance to see every single team once in the CUNY Conference. You're right at the top of the table. Tell me about the outlook for the rest of the season. Where do you see this team at the season's end?
At the end of the season, I believe we do have enough where we can make it to the championship and hopefully win the championship. In the preseason, we did see the polls, but it did nothing but it made us hungrier. We want to win. We want to prove everybody wrong. And last year we won a championship, and for them to say that we're the 5th, it's okay with us. We're just going to push, and try to be successful as we can.
Well, Steve, a career night for you. Keep up the good work. You guys are looking really strong. It's been a pleasure watching you play thus far. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
You're welcome. That was Stephen Flagg, one of the upperclassmen for this CSI Dolphins team. Mike, it's been nice to see things come together.
Yeah, so many positives for the Dolphins here tonight, not allowing a single fast break point, outscoring Brooklyn College 12-0, and just one of a series of great stats for the Dolphins that put them in great position as they head down in the second half of the season and get ready for John Jay this Saturday.
All right, so that will bring us to our close. We once again remind you to join us this Saturday, CSI men's and women's basketball versus John Jay. Women tip-off at 1, men tip-off at 3. It's all coming up on Saturday. It's been a pleasure bringing you this doubleheader. We'll see you for the next one on Saturday when CSI goes up against John Jay. So, for our statisticians across the way, Tom Krichkowski and Anita Lorenzo, our camera operator, Cassidy Gianarello, and, of course, our engineer, Arthur Kampetanekis. For Mike Babuski, I'm David Pizzuto, wishing you a very good night right here from all of us at CSI Sportsnet. Thanks for joining us.